Hello and welcome to Playing Away episode 22. I'm Jonny Greenhalgh, and tonight's guest are manager and assistant manager of our upcoming opponents, South Liverpool FC, Martin Ryman and Ste Ward. Before we ask them to join us, just a couple of things. Coach tickets are on sale for both the Liverpool and the Blackpool away games. That's available at buryafc.uk/tickets. Make sure you get your tickets. Don't miss out before the coach fill up. Two key games that are promising to be absolute crackers. Secondly, who was at the game on Saturday against Holker? What a game. The lads did us proud on the pitch. You fans were amazing off the pitch. Real 12th man stuff. What an advertisement for fan-owned community non-league football. Well done. It was amazing. What a result. What a game. I had a hangover on Sunday. Let's crack on. Fellas, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Fine, thanks, mate.
Cheers. Yeah, no, very well, thank you. Yourself?
Excellent. I'm fantastic, thank you. Thank you very much for coming on. I'll crack straight in. Can you introduce yourselves and let us know a little bit about how you got involved with South Liverpool FC?
I'll let the brains of the management team go first, Stephen. Go on.
David's not here tonight, Martin. Sorry about that. No, yeah, I'm Ste Ward, assistant manager to Martin, obviously. I got first involved with the club back in, 1995, 96 season, I think, where I started off as a goalkeeper, playing in goal. And then I've been with them ever since. I took a year out during that time at New Zealand and then come back straight to the south. Yeah, and as I say, been here ever since.
I'm Martin Ryman, the South Liverpool manager. My first involvement with South Liverpool, boringly enough, was when I was 10. Played for the under-11s in the Norris Green Junior League in Liverpool, and I had flirtations with the club right through being a teenager for one reason and another. I played for the club for 8 years from the early 90s, and in 2000, 2001, I took over as manager, and I've been doing it ever since, and here we are.
Brilliant. So, obviously you're based in Liverpool, but can you tell us obviously where in Liverpool you're based and the name of the stadium?
We're based down Liverpool 17 in the Egberth area of Liverpool. It's on Jericho Lane. It's on a sports hub, so it's basically the Jericho Sports Hub. Nothing too exotic about that, unfortunately.
And
yeah,
am I right in thinking...
one of them. Sorry, it's one of them. Go on.
I was going to say, are you on a 3G?
Yeah, I was going to say all that then, yeah. It is a football hub. So we do share facilities and stuff like that, but obviously preparation for the game, that will all be sorted for Saturday for the big one, hopefully.
And obviously we've travelled in numbers over the season, so you're expecting a turnout on Saturday. But what is the club's record attendance so far?
At the hub, it's this season, I think we got 350 against Ashton, was it, on a Wednesday night? The club's record attendance, you've got to go back to years gone by when I couldn't even tell you, but I'm sure we had thousands and thousands and thousands at Holly Park.
Back in the Northern Prem days, yeah.
You know, even when Pustus played at Holly Park in the 50s, is it 60s, 70s?
Something like that, yeah.
But, you know, I'm sure Holly Park's record attendance is thousands and thousands and thousands. But in terms of the Jericho hub, I think it was 350 odd sometimes.
Yeah, well, that was Ashton and we played Marine as well, didn't we?
On Friday night, we had a fair few there. Yeah, but Berry's going to smash it. Berry's going to smash it on Saturday. Well, we're hoping so anyway.
We like to travel well and we like to have a good atmosphere when we go to these away grounds and try and put a bit of, you know, one of the things we can do with the big following that we've got is put a few quid in club coffers, you know.
Absolutely.
It's all we can do.
Everything's welcome at the South, so it's appreciated.
Excellent. Talking about days gone for South Liverpool FC, what interesting facts about the club are there that our fans might find interesting? Now, I've got one, but I just thought I'd ask you guys if you've got any.
Can I guess your one?
Yeah.
Mark Carter played for South Liverpool and Berry.
Spike, one of the best strikers I've ever seen.
Is that your one, is it?
Spike, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fantastic.
That was my interesting fact as well. Two brains to go like that.
Played for you back end of the 1970s into the 80s, is that right?
He started his non-league career. Spike was an apprentice at Liverpool, I think I'm right in saying. Got released by Liverpool, played a game or two in the reserves, got pushed straight into South's first team in the Northern Premier League days. I'm not sure how many games he played, but I think he was an instant hit, goal-scoring forward, and he moved on to, it was a Banger and people like that. And then he made his way into pro football with Barnet at first, I think. And then had an illustrious career, Rochdale, Bury, people like that, I think, yeah.
One of the best strikers I've ever seen. He couldn't move, but God, if you give him the ball near the 18-yard box, it was going in the back of the net.
Yeah. Little snipper, wasn't he? Good finisher.
Yeah. And he started at South Liverpool not long after John Aldridge had departed.
Yeah.
There's another big. That was another word.
John Aldridge in the 70s. Jimmy Case followed him. Not so long after that. In the 80s, there was a guy called Peter Billings who went to Everton from South Liverpool. I think he played 2 games for Everton. He made a good career out of football with Coventry and Walsall. There was Rodney McDonald, who I played in the same side with at Sunday, funny enough. And he played for South and went on to play for Walsall and Partick Thistle and people like that. So we've had a few over the years, going back years and years.
Club with a good footballing history. When were you formed? 30s?
Originally, and I think it was 35 because we had our 80-year sort of present sportsman's do in 2015. I think I'm right in saying that's 80 years, yeah. So I think it was 80 years. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I take it you've both been in and around non-league and football for a good while. Who's the best player you've come up against, either as a manager or perhaps a player in non-league?
Stephen, go on.
Oh, probably played with. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give Kev Martin a little shout here. He's probably our centre midfield dynamo. He's been with us since he was 16 when you plucked him from 5-a-side football, wasn't it, Martin? And he's still going strong. But no, you come across some great players like Leighton McGivens and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? There's lots to choose from. Keith Jones, prolific striker for South Liverpool, should have went on further, but circumstances don't allow it. So it was there's been a good few.
Brilliant. So with 2021 being chalked off. That was, and with COVID and whatnot, what's it been like being a non-league management duo in this sort of unprecedented situation that we've been going through, especially stepping up into a new league as well? How did you prepare?
Firstly, with a trio, there's David, who's not here tonight, but there's 3 of us. I'm manager, Stephen's assistant, and David's coach. And the 3 of us work so well together. We really do. It's a great management team. Sorry, what was the question again? Sorry.
How was it being a non-league manager through COVID?
Oh, it was tough.
When it first started, we were looking to gain promotion. But obviously, the first year that we applied, it was null and void. The whole leagues and stuff like that, and the Northwest Counties wouldn't allow us to go up. And then the following year, the league was intermittent. And then they decided that we had to play each team once, which made it much more difficult. You know what I mean? You have to win most of your games. So that was a bit of a pressure. But with regards to squads and you moving on to it now, it's still awkward now. Do you know what I mean? You don't know who you've got from one day to the next because anything can happen and you don't know whether it's self-isolating or you got to go with PCR test. So it's awkward. It's awkward. And
COVID is still playing a part. I think the week we had 3 or 4 missions through COVID.
During the away to the week, we went away to the week, and there was like about what?
And stuff.
After Christmas,
we were like secretly training on Sefton Park, with like police cars going around kicking people off. And we were there with like cones and bibs and balls. You'd only meant to be training in groups of 6 or something, and we had like 20.
Head down, lads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep behind that
bus.
What I
mean? But it was hard because we wanted to get. We were sort of let out a couple of Saturdays later, but we wanted to get a bit of a head start, and we were, secretly trying to train. So it was hard during COVID, and the boys keeping themselves ticking over, etc., etc. It was really hard.
So how's it going this year? 2/3 of the way through the season. I think we are now, aren't we? Yeah, 2/3 of the way through. 24 games.
Sorry, we've got 12 games left. Yeah, so we are 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, spot on.
How are you finding it?
We're loving it. We're loving the professionalism of the league. We're loving going to new places. The travelling's not as exhausted as some people sort of made out to. You know, Tuesday night and you're not getting back till one. Maybe it's just because it's new to us and we're not really minded it.
Wait till next Wednesday when we've got Darwin away.
Have you been up to Hull yet?
So we're not enjoying we're not enjoying, you know, the amount of points that we picked up, and we're not enjoying our league position, far from that. But we're enjoying the ride. I mean, we've just got to pick up a few more points. I think we've only picked up 4 points out the last 15, which just killed us. We've sloped down towards the bottom end of the table a bit. So, but as a whole, we're enjoying it. We've just got to make sure we get enough points on the board to finish mid-table or just below it, maybe. Hopefully.
It's fantastic, and yeah, the travel. Luckily, we've had the 2 big schleps up to Cleatormore and to Holker. We got them on Saturdays, which was all right, but Holker was a washout. The game nearly got abandoned because of the rain up there. Yeah, it's a tough day up there.
We haven't been there yet. We've done Cleatormore.
What a ground! Lovely people as well. Cleatormore. We've got Campion twice. 2 Tuesday nights in the next 6 weeks in the league and in the cup away.
Right.
So that's all the way up to Bradford. On a Tuesday. It's not going to be fun. But
that's a grass pitch as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's grass pitch.
We went there a couple of weeks ago. When was it meant to be? It was a couple of weeks ago, and we played 45 minutes, and the ref came out and blew it off because of the fog. You couldn't see across the pitch. It was. Really? Yeah, it was. It shouldn't have kicked off really, but the refs are trying to do the best, aren't they, at this level? And it's hard.
Yeah.
So we've played once. What are you expecting us to bring up to your place? Do you think we're going to play a similar game? Do you think it'll change it up a bit? Be going onto the plastic pitch. The great leveler.
You're flying, aren't you? Nice and good squad. Good side, so I think you guys will probably stick to your principles and play your footy. So yeah, we expect you to come and play. Hopefully we'll put on a bit of a better performance than we did last time. So yeah, we'll hopefully make it more of a tighter game, and hopefully we can.
When we were in the West Cheshire League in the step below, I always used to say, you need as many players as possible who are better than the standard that you're playing at. And Bury have got a lot of players playing for them who are better than the standard that they're playing at. And that makes you the top side. It's as simple as that. You know,
it's enticing because of the project that we've managed to attract players. But it's like I said, every person that we've had on here, there is not an easy game in this league.
No,
from top to bottom, there is not an easy game.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. But I'm just saying, you've got a squad that is probably better than the standard that they're playing at. That's where you are. And that's why we are where we are in a way. We're a step 7 club, stepping into step 6, trying to find our feet, trying to be competitive. And, you know, it's tough. We're finding it tough at times during 90 minutes of football. But when Bury comes Saturday, we'll be giving it a good shot. We felt as if we let ourselves down a little bit last game. Didn't really apply ourselves greatly.
3-0 down by half time.
We might have given away 2 real sloppy goals on the night. You know, that only takes it to 3-0. It was still a beating. But we'd like to apply ourselves in a better way than we did that night, cut out the individual errors, try and keep it at 0-0 for as long as we can, and cross our fingers and hope we can get through it and get something, I think.
It'll be a good game. And moving on to the game, this is the bit where we just get a little bit of information for the travelling supporters, just off you guys. Reading reports online, I've not had it confirmed yet. There isn't a bar at the ground, is there?
No, there's one that sells alcohol.
No, so they can get refreshments, drinks, food. But if they want to go for a beer beforehand, is there anywhere you would recommend?
Is it called the Old Bank, Stephen? Is it on the corner of
the Old Bank on the corner? There's the Egbert Arms. You've got a few to choose from, and if you go in either of them pubs, it's just a straight walk down to aim towards the river, and then you'll see the big sports complex on your left-hand side.
What's the other one we used to go in, Stephen, at the side? We used to go there last season.
The APH is there as well, isn't it? And then you've got the Fullwood.
Yeah, the Fullwood as well. There's 3 or 4 in walking distance of our ground. Unfortunately, they don't sell alcohol at the ground. They sell coffee and stuff like that. But
and then if you want to go posh and have a little bit of bite to eat, there is I think it's a Mitchell and Butler next door to the complex. It's more families and stuff like that there.
I'll be sure to let David Triggs, one of our board members, know because he's arranging the coach for Saturday. So they normally stop off at a pub.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll let him know.
We've got to stop at the pub before. There's a good friend of ours who runs the APH club and he will accommodate it, no problem at all.
APH club. I will let him know. Triggs, if you're watching, APH club. One thing, I've got one last question. I've changed this up. I used to ask what your score prediction was, but I don't do that anymore. What is the one thing you would say to those who haven't been to watch the local non-league side to convince them to come and give it a chance?
As in South Liverpool?
Any, yeah. South Liverpool.
Just any non-league game?
Yeah.
I would say I've been watching football. I'm 51 years of age. I've been watching football since I was 2 days old. It's my life. It always has been. It always will be. I'm getting a bit disillusioned with modern day professional football, with the prima donnas falling over and doing all this, with them running on the pitch, whatever that means, and then doing all this when they score it. And, get down and watch non-league football. Good, honest lads. Some of them getting a wage, a little bit of a wage bill. Some of them not getting paid at all. But you'll see good, hard endeavour from honest lads who want to play the game. Whether it's South Liverpool, Bury, St Helens, Preston, Marie, whoever it is, get yourself out there and watch non-league football.
And for a fraction of the cost price, and you'll have a good day out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Well, Martin, Stephen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on.
No,
and I'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks for the invite. Yeah,
Top man, see you Saturday.
Speak to you Saturday.
No worries. Pleasure. Cheers.
Give us a wave. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I will do. Thank you very much for Martin and Stephen for coming on the show and telling us all about South Liverpool FC and what we should expect in our upcoming game on Saturday. The coach tickets are on sale. Get to buryafc.uk/tickets. There will be a link in the description under the video. Click it. Another link you can click under the video over here somewhere. I don't know. Subscribe, like, share, send it to your gran, send it to your auntie. Get her to watch this video. Get the viewing numbers up. Let's do it. Come on. Right. I'll see you Saturday. Nice one.